Welcome back to You Are Supreme Toys. This is a very stressful moment. This is literally my third Batwing. I've already returned two to Walmart that broke almost immediately out of the package. The canopy is just too fragile for the mechanism inside. So I'm going to do a quick video. I'm very scared to even bother opening another one. I've already had someone in the comments mention that theirs did the same thing. Okay. Alright. Let's just gently. Oh, okay. We made it through the tape breaking process. Okay. Slowly remove the binding flaps. Alright. Pull the bubbling casing out. Slowly. It's wanting to bind. Alright. That was stressful. Alright, let's move this package out of the way. Alright. The wings are intact. Okay, let's try to, it's just really, really stressful. Right. Oh, I touched the canopy. Okay. Alright. Let's see. The wings are alright. The wings are okay. I want to look at something. I want to see if you can see in the actual slot. I can see the reflection of the spring. It does not look good. I have a feeling, just from my first impression, that it might already be broken. Because I can see the spring inside. It does not look straight. So, what I think happens is the plastic is so brittle on that little tiny end piece, where the spring literally sits in on the cylinder part of that plastic, that the strength of the spring, the resistance is just a tad too much, so that when they force the canopy shut and tape it shut, it's just constantly under stress. And as it's going through the shipping process and vibrating, it's just slowly weakening the strength of that peg until it just breaks loose. And the fractures. I'm going to take the tape off. I've got to see. Plus, I don't want a piece of tape stuck on my Batwing. Got to see if it's going to at least be broken. The problem is the resistance. Once you release the spring, there's going to be little to no stress on that plastic peg anymore. But once you go to push it back down and lock it into place, you put that tension back on. And if there's already a fracture in the peg that the spring wraps around, it's just gonna break. It's just too small and weak, and it's gonna break. All right. Let's see if this is just a 2 out of 3 fluke, where I got just two really bad pieces, or if this toy is just so fragile direct from the factory that it belongs in a museum or something, never to be touched. I'm gonna hold the canopy. I don't want it to shoot back. I don't know what to do. There's like no safe way to do this. I've pushed the button. I've released the canopy. It is broke. I can tell you right away. It's already broke. It's already broke. So I'm going to close it. Now, it might not have been broke, but it kind of sat tilted, which tells me that there's a problem. If it's not broke completely, it's in the process of breaking. I'm going to leave it as is. I don't feel like taking back another one. At the moment, I don't think it's officially broken. But this is a fragile toy. It is obvious that it was not meant to be played with. I hope that Todd Mcfarlane and his engineers will recognize the severe design flaw in this toy, and if they intend to re-release it, that they do what they can to fix that issue. But for now, I don't know what to say. This is unnecessary. It's inexcusable for a new toy of this cost. It's $30, and this is a vintage style toy. That shouldn't mean that it's actually a vintage toy. Like, there are toys that degrade over time, regardless of what you do, and parts and pieces on it will break or fall off because plastic ages, metal parts age, and they just deteriorate and break over time, regardless of what you do. I've opened vintage vehicles directly out of the package. I remember I had a Power of the Force 2 vehicle. It was new in the box, and as soon as I pulled it out of the box for a display piece, the paint on the very front of it just fell off because it was just degraded over time, even if it was mint in the box for 20 years. So these things happen, but it should not happen to new toys as soon as you get them. So yeah, I'm keeping it, but I'm keeping it as is. I'm not going to use the cockpit. It's going to be a display piece. I might try to finagle a Batman in there at some point. I'm just going to put it up on the shelf with my Supermobile and leave it alone. Alright. Do not buy this toy. That is my advice. If you want a piece just for your collection, I advise you keeping it mint in the box or putting it immediately on a display shelf and not playing with it. Other than that, I do not advise you to buy this toy, ever. This is a wonderful looking piece, but ultimately it's for $30. It's a piece of trash. It's very disappointing. Alright, this has been You Are Supreme Toys. Third, last Batwing.